Recite with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Graves. Laws. McCormick. Brewer.
Where college is currently working on basic structure and following councilman directives.
Hunt.
Cottage is currently working on cottage cleanup and horseback.
Monterey.
Monterey is currently working on following councilman directives and bringing up strong.
Fowler.
Fowler is currently working on school performance, basic structure, and physical.
McCormick.
McCormick is currently working on keeping it quiet and movement.
Day students.
The students are currently working on citizenship.
Commissioner reports. Library.
Make sure you turn in your books on time. Clean after yourself.
Planned activities.
Inspect the equipment in the rec hall.
Health.
Keep it quiet on the red.
Dining hall.
Keep it quiet in the mail line.
Clerk.
Having suggestions, placing the suggestion box in the program.
Plan.
Keep it quiet after grading.
Civil service.
School attendance are as follows. Grade.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that as a citizen of Boys Republic, I will observe the laws, I will respect the rights and property of others, I will recognize the appointed authority, and that I will contribute to this community in whatever ways I can. Congratulations.
Fowler College, I'd like to congratulate Troy McGee on his confirmation.
On behalf of myself and Hunt Cottage, I'd like to congratulate Troy McGee on all his accomplishments.
Yeah, my name is Cameron Collins, and I'm planning activities. We had a track meet on President's Day last Monday, and I just want to congratulate the first place winners. Could I have these students, please? Right here. Robert Cameron Lillard, Anthony Phillips, Javante Carr, Mario Rijos, Sean Hamilton, Jeremy Van Halen, Blake Dewar. Yeah, let's give these guys a round of applause.
Graduation and everything, giving our respect for that.
Yeah, on behalf of myself and Graves College, I'd like to congratulate Troy McGee on all his accomplishments.
Adrian Williams. I also have a shirt to give out, and this goes for 12 consecutive weeks of being on student government, and this goes to Jose Guerrero.
We have a graduation today. Troy McGee, come on up, Troy. Troy will have one speaker, Cecilia. We'll clap for her as she comes up to the microphone.
When Troy first asked me to speak for him, I hesitated. And I'm not the greatest speaker, sometimes, but I'm very pleased to be here. Are really tough to hold their attention. And so I have learned different techniques, but the best of them all is to use a lot of energy. And so by the end of the day, I'm wore out. But setting that aside, I did agree to speak for Troy. It's been a long time since I've been up here. But Troy, first time I met Troy, okay, of course it's in the classroom. But Troy's not a talker. He's a listener and he's a looker. What he did, he would sit at his desk, and this is what I would encounter every morning. And so I couldn't play off him if I was any good up there. So, well, lo and behold, he was listening. He was listening. And he had to, of course, like all the rest of you, have to size up the adult. Can I trust them? Are they going to listen to me? Am I going to be criticized? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, Rita, that is my identity. This is mine. This is who I am. And so, finally, I realized, hey, you know what? It is his identity. He is half Lakota Indian and half African American. Now, he did some research on the Lakotas, okay, because it's real important to learn a little history here. I learned a lot. I took it beyond, and I went to Borders, and I started looking for some information regarding his background. But there are three tribes, and they all belong to the Great Sioux Nation. That's the Lakota, the Dakota, and the Nakasinking. He wasn't measuring, in a sense he was measuring the person that's up there giving him all this information, okay? And I'm sure he was assessing in his mind, is this person trustworthy or not? And many of you who arrive at Boys Republic and do the very same thing, but in different ways. So, look upon your children, that they may face the winsome walk, the good road to the day of quiet. Grandfather, Great Spirit, fill us with a light. Give us the strength to understand and the eyes to see. Teach us to walk the earth, the softer, as relative thing on this planet. So, now I've become more aware of where this young man was coming from. I have never met anyone so patient, so understanding, so deep, and so willing to make every effort to make it. He gave me permission to reveal some of the personal things, but you know what? I thought about that. No, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to focus on how he overcame to his benefit. But because his goals are to be the best that he can possibly be. And he has some real straightforward goals. He's going to go on to higher learning. He's not going to get stuck in that place where he had been once upon a time. And he has no support. He really doesn't. No one to say good job. No one to say, hey, you're going to be the best. And I admire that quality. And it gave me the incentive to continue to do what I'm doing here. Because believe me, sometimes I really want to give up. I really do. And say, hey, I can't deal with this anymore. But it's not about me. It's about young men like Troy. And in the 19 years I've been here, I've talked to plenty of them. But he is one person that is determined. I can sense the determination. And he's going to prove to himself, which is more important than to anyone else, not to me, not parents' footsteps. Because we all want to be like our parents. Let's face it. This is my motivation for succeeding, he said. My experience of seeing parents, poor role modeling, was a motivator for me to be a responsible individual and positive role model for my family and to be a contributing positive member of society. In short, I want to succeed. There's nothing that can hold me back except myself. It amazed me. And I reflected, could I have done that? I don't think so. He had different jobs. At age 13, he was holding different jobs to survive. Where am I going? And he's willing to take on some big jobs, like being a parent himself at an early age, taking his brother and his sister and caring for them, molding a family. How many of us can say that? You know, even I went to Borders yesterday, and I looked for something that was fitting for him, and that he could pick up and he could reflect back on. 11, generosity. 12, wisdom. And I see all these characteristics in Mr. Troy McGee. And our paths cross in the sands of time. For a new life awaits in the light of each new day. I congratulate Mr. McGee on his accomplishment here in Boys Republic.
I certify that Troy McGee has met the requirements of the Chino Valley Unified School District Board of Education to be a graduate of the Chino Valley Adult School. Graduate.
Raves, 5th place, Pomona Reds. 4th place, Day Students. 3rd place, Hunt. 2nd place, Brewer. Cottage Police College. This time